Hi there, this is Rugby Doc J Zimmerman. I wanted to take a few moments to talk to you about something very important concerning the coronavirus. We're watching the news every day, and as the news reports go on and on, it's an anxiety-creating situation, definitely. The news is important, and they tell us the things that we need to know. They tell us what we should be doing and what we shouldn't be doing as far as preventing the spread of the coronavirus. But one of the things that I'm noticing on the news is they're not really giving us any helpful information as far as our health goes. One of the most important things in dealing with sickness or illness has to do with your immune system. Now, your immune system is what regulates the health in your body. It fights disease, it fights bacteria, it fights viruses. And the news is spending a lot of time telling us about, how we need to social distance and how we need to wash our hands and how we need to, shelter in place. And they're reporting about all new cases and all new deaths. But they're not spending any time talking about our immune system health, and that is extremely important. If you look at this very thick textbook here, this is Guyton's textbook of medical physiology. It's the standard textbook in medical school. If you go to the chapter on the immune system, the first sentence is, the human body has the ability to resist almost all types of organisms or toxins that tend to damage the tissues and organs. This capacity is called immunity. So your immune system is designed as the first wave of defense against viruses and bacteria. So it's real important that you have ways to boost your immune system. All right, you don't want your body to be fertile ground. Fertile ground meaning that a bacteria or a virus gets near you, and then the germs proliferate and develop, and the next thing you know, you're sick and you have a virus. So what you want to do is you want to have what we call immune system support or immune system health. You want to do things to make your immune system work better, to perform at a higher level, so that your body's better able to ward off germs and toxins and things like that. Now, immune system health and support is not treating a disease, all right, that's a little late. Immune system health and support is being proactive. You want to be proactive and build the body up so that it becomes tougher. So one of the things that I try to teach all my patients about immunity and about your immune system is there's certain ingredients that just make the immune system work better. And if you don't pay attention to these ingredients, your immune system is going to work at a subpar level, and then you're going to be more susceptible to these things. And right now, when we're dealing with a very serious virus, which we're dealing with, you want all the help you can get. You want your immune system to work at a higher level. You want your body to be functioning properly, and you want it to be functioning at 100%. So here's my little list of things that you can do to help boost immunity and help boost your immune system so you have a better chance of fighting bacteria and viruses. And again, as I said before, by supporting immune system health, it's not a treatment for disease. Once you have a virus, then naturally you'll seek care for that, and you'll do other things, and that's the scope of medical practice. And the medical doctors know what they need to do when you present with a virus, and when you're in the hospital, and they have the things that they need to do. But let's talk about what you can do at home right now so that maybe you don't end up in that situation. All right, so the number one thing for immune system health is sleep. Sleep is extremely important. If you're not getting enough rest, your body will wear down and weaken your immune system. Rest is when your body recovers, it rejuvenates, it regenerates. It's where the body heals. So rest is extremely important. Getting enough sleep. 7.5 to 9 hours of sleep would be perfect to help boost your immune system. In this viral age right now where we're social distancing and sheltering in place, everybody should be able to get to bed early at night. There's no reason to be binge watching Netflix until 1 in the morning. Everybody should be getting to bed at a decent hour and getting enough sleep and getting up at the right time. So rest is number one. Number two, water. You have to make sure you're hydrating. Your body's made up of 70% fluid. Your immune system works if your body's hydrated properly. Your immune system works at a better level. So make sure you're drinking every few hours. You want to keep your throat moist. You want to keep the water in your body. Do you want to just not dehydrate, because that will weaken your immune system. So make sure you're drinking enough water. And by enough water, I mean you should be drinking 8 to 16 ounces of water every few hours, multiple times a day, and that's enough water to keep you hydrated and to keep you healthy. Now, the number 3 thing would be you have to start staying away from processed foods. Processed foods are filled with chemicals and preservatives, and it's just not healthy. You want to try to eat whole foods. Whole foods would be fruits and vegetables, and then naturally your grass-fed meats and chickens and your eggs, and you want to stay away from things that are sort of man-made, that have processed ingredients in it. Yeah, you can get some healthy foods that are in boxes and cans, and that's great too, but you want to eat as much whole foods as possible, everything nice and fresh, so you can get the vitamins and you can get the minerals you need in your body to help you be a little healthier. Now, the other thing that's important, especially in this virus, because this virus tends to attack the lungs first, is you really shouldn't be smoking or vaping. Vaping, for that matter, it's just a stress on the lungs. And smoking, naturally, we know from years and years of study how bad smoking is and how it contributes to death. And smokers are a target audience for this virus. But that includes vaping too, and vaping in today's society is really big, especially with the younger people. So we want to try to, hopefully you don't smoke. Now's the time to maybe think about quitting, and same thing with the vaping. Let's cut it out. Let's knock it off, because it does decrease your immune system and it makes you not as healthy as you could be. The other thing too is alcohol. Everybody likes to have a glass of wine and a few beers, and that's great. Alcohol in moderation, light alcohol consumption has shown some health benefits. Red wine has shown to have an antioxidant level, which is healthy for you. But there's a tipping point. You could have a glass of wine or you could have a beer or two, but then once you get past that point, now it starts to have a detrimental effect on your immune system. It starts to actually wear your immune system down. So too much drinking makes your immune system not work as well as it should, and you're more susceptible now to getting sick or succumbing to a virus. So there's no sense going out on you're home now and you're hanging out. There's no sense going out on a binge and drinking all day, because it's just going to defeat the purpose. It's going to make your immune system weaker and you're not going to be as healthy. The other thing is exercise. Exercise on a regular basis, whether it's just a 30-minute walk every day outside. Nowadays, walking alone, lonely walking, lonely jogging, those are things that help your body be healthier. Any type of exercise routine that you do is going to cause your body to release certain hormones that are helpful to your immune system function. So exercise in general will help your body be healthier. There was a rule of thumb that even when you were sick, if you had symptoms that were above the neck, say you had a runny nose and a head cold or a sore throat, mild to moderate exercise actually helped you get better because of those hormonal release that help boost your immune system. And then naturally the other flip side of that coin is that if your symptoms were all below the neck, whether it was a bad respiratory illness in the lungs or you had a stomach virus, then exercise wasn't a good idea to do while you were sick. And naturally, who wants to do that anyway when they feel like that? So exercise is one of the top things that you could be doing as far as boosting your immune system goes. The next thing is vitamins and supplements. This is really important. Again, you have to realize this is immune system support. The vitamins are not there to treat a disease or to treat an illness or treat a virus. You wouldn't want to forsake your medical care when you have these issues, but the vitamins in the supplements, I said, are supportive. They help your immune system work better. They make it stronger. They make it healthier. So even if you're sick, it's important, and I'll talk about this in a minute, to increase vitamin intake to help your body deal with the germ or the bacteria. But prophylactically, preventatively, it's important to take vitamins on a daily basis so we build up that body so there is not a fertile ground for germs and bacteria. And it's important every day you take a multivitamin. You should take a multivitamin every day. You should take vitamin C. Vitamin C is antioxidant that is antiviral and antibacterial, so it's important to have that in your body every day. Again, another antioxidant is vitamin E. It works really well with vitamin C. And then zinc is a mineral that is shown to have immune system boosting properties. So if you take your multivitamin, your C, your E, and your zinc, you're helping your body to be healthier. You're helping to make your immune system stronger. Also, the most important vitamin you could be taking along with those vitamins is vitamin D3. As we talked about in previous videos, vitamin D3 is the sunshine vitamin. Your body manufactures vitamin D through the sun. There's no other way your body makes it. So if you're not getting the sun, you have to take it orally. And that's why there is a flu and a virus season in the wintertime, because we're not getting the sunshine that we need to make the vitamin D. Yeah, some people get ill in the summer and you get what we hear as a summer cold or a summer flu, but it's rare and it's a distinct minority. And those people are probably low in vitamin D. Maybe they're office workers and they stay in all the time. So in the winter months, it's very important to supplement your vitamin D every day. And if you have a job in the summer that keeps you indoors, you need to take that then too. And you can get your vitamin D levels measured through a lab test. It's real simple. You'd be surprised how many people are low in vitamin D. And vitamin D is such an important help to your immune system. And in some research studies, they're even showing you vitamin D has anti-cancer properties for different kinds of cancers. So it's an important vitamin. To make your vitamin D work better, you can take vitamin K with it and magnesium. It all helps boost the properties of your vitamin D. We'll talk about how much you should take in a little bit. The other thing that's important to take preventatively is oregano oil. And as long as you don't have an allergy to it, oregano oil, it's very strong. It's a pungent type oil. It's very concentrated. But if you were to put 3 or 4 drops in a glass of water and drink that every day, oregano oil has huge antiviral, antibacterial properties. It would help your immune system work a little better. And then the other thing that I tend to promote constantly is elderberry extract, or elderberry. Elderberry, the research on elderberry is just going through the roof. All functional medicine researchers and doctors, I'm talking about PhDs who write papers on this stuff, are showing that elderberry has such high antiviral properties that it's just by taking a tablespoon a day, every day, you can actually prevent viruses from taking hold in your body. The elderberry, according to research, stops viral cells from mutating and replicating. They're in there and it just stops them from growing and getting bigger and larger and getting worse. And they say that if you take elderberry multiple times a day when you start to feel ill, you can cut the duration of your virus or your cold down by 50 to 60%. So that's huge. So elderberry is a huge immune system support. And as I said, these things aren't treatments for viruses or bacteria. They help support your immune system health. And this is what we're not hearing about on the news. We're hearing about the coronavirus and all the deadliness about it, but you need this helpful information so that the inside of your body can work better and be healthier. Another little trick out there is an old Vermont folk medicine, a Vermont old wives' tale. That's apple cider vinegar with the mother. Now the mother is the gook that's inside, so you get raw organic apple cider vinegar. You put a couple tablespoons in a glass of water and you're getting all those nutrients from the fermented apples. And then you add a tablespoon of some raw honey in there, and you squeeze a little fresh lemon, and you mix that up, and you drink that every day, and that's got immune system boosting properties. So, like, these things are very important to do as far as supporting your immune system and helping your body be healthier at this very serious viral time in our lives. One of the things that I like to do, I'll give you my routine in the morning, just because this is what I do, and it's something I've been doing for years. But I will every day I take the vitamins. You know, I take a couple thousand milligrams of vitamin C, and I take my vitamin D. Now, vitamin D is interesting because the latest research, and this research has been going back anywhere between 5 and 8 years now, where they're finding that the adequate amount of vitamin D is based on units per pound of body weight. So to get enough vitamin D in your body, you have to take your pound of body weight. You want 35 units per pound of body weight. So you take your 35 and you divide it out amongst your body weight, and that'll give you, or you times it times your body weight, and that'll give you your amount of units. So for what I weigh, I typically take about 8,000 to 9,000 units of vitamin D a day, and that may sound like a lot to you, but it is a lot, and that's what they recommend. You can't go on what the US RDA is, because they always recommend the minimal doses, and they don't pay attention to the latest research. And my one child had one of the children that I know, I'm sorry, had low vitamin D levels, and we had to put the child on, in my practice, we had to put the child on 5,000 units of vitamin D a day, and their vitamin D levels shot up from 60, which is below normal. Actually, it was 30, which is below normal. And after about 2 months of taking that much vitamin D, their vitamin D levels went into the normal range. So, and that's in a child, taking 5,000. So based on your body weight, that lets you know how much you have to take. So I'll take about anywhere between 8,000 to 10,000 units of vitamin D every day. I'll take oregano oil, I take my tablespoon of elderberry, I drink with apple cider vinegar, and then there's other vitamins and things that I take just because I'm a little fanatical that way. But I also pay attention to everything else that's going on here. I'm getting enough rest, I'm drinking plenty of water, I'm exercising, you know, I don't smoke, things like that. Definitely trying to keep the beer consumption down to a lower level, especially with the virus around in the air. I don't want my immune system to be weakened. Now, one of the other things that's very important, and I talked about this before in another video, is your immune system and your nervous system. Now, there's a direct relationship. This is the Correlative Neuroanatomy and Functional Neurology Guide. It's a classic medical textbook on the nervous system, and in here it talks about how the nervous system controls the immune system, your autonomic system. Any stress or tension on that nervous system is going to cause those things not to work as well as they should. So from a chiropractic perspective, chiropractic adjustments are what relieve pressure on the nerves, and this is very important for your immune system health. We've talked about how chiropractic care causes an increase in white blood cell counts. Your white blood cells are your infection-fighting cells, and research papers have shown that when the upper thoracic spine is adjusted, there's a burst in white blood cell production, and that's great because that's an immune system help. It's a way to boost your immune system. So getting that adjustment in your upper back by the chiropractor is very helpful. Also, studies have been done on HIV positive patients in immune system health in chiropractic, where they measured specific immune system cells, CD4 cells, and the HIV positive patients who were under regular chiropractic care were able to show an increase in CD4 cells, and those are their immune system cells. Also, many studies in the last couple of years have showed how the rate at which your DNA repairs itself is increased with chiropractic care, and DNA repair is an important marker with immune system health. And then lastly, regular chiropractic care is shown to increase resistance enzymes. All right, and those are the enzymes that have to do with your immune system function and have to do with you being healthy. So what I will try to do today for you is I just wanted you to see that proactively there's things you can do as far as your immune system goes. You have to not let your body's immune system deteriorate to the point where you're nothing but fertile ground for bacteria and viruses to grow and for you to be sick and you to be ill. You want to be proactive and do these things now, and you want to be healthy. All right, you want your body to be at the top of its game when there's these germs and things around us. All right, so I hope you take my advice and you start to pay attention to those immune system building activities like sleep and exercise and water and eating whole foods and not smoking and limiting drinking, and then taking your vitamins and elderberry and things like that, vitamin D on a daily basis, and go see your chiropractor. I mean, one of the reasons chiropractors are open during this time right now is because naturally neck pain and back pain, you don't want patients to be going to urgent care to the hospital with neck pain and back pain when the hospital could be used for people who are having the coronavirus. So chiropractors are serving an important role in that way, but also their healthy patients are coming to them to have their spine adjusted just as a way of boosting their immune system. Okay? So again, none of these things I'm talking about are treatments for disease or illnesses. They're just supportive care to help your immune system work better so you can be healthier. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful to you. All right, everybody stay healthy and take care.